Welcome to the Campaign for Working Families. My name is David Wengert, and I am the Volunteer and Special Projects Coordinator with the campaign. It's official. You have joined one of the best teams in Philadelphia. How do I know? Because you've decided to hone your skills and talents so you can devote part of your week to helping working families this tax season. There is no other group I would rather be a part of, so thank you for joining the team. You rock. It's important to ask why the campaign trains over 600 volunteers each year to prepare taxes and to provide resources to working families. The truth is that there are a lot of families in Philadelphia that have a relatively low annual income, often lower than the poverty line. According to the official poverty measure, 15.2% of all Americans live below the poverty line, and a large percentage are children. And the poverty line itself is pretty low. The official poverty line estimates that for a family of 3 living anywhere in the United States, they'll need an annual income of around $18,000 to be above the poverty line. The self-sufficiency standard of Pennsylvania estimates that a family of 3 living in Philadelphia really needs around $54,000 or $25 an hour to make ends meet. Of course, there are a number of work supports that are critical to supplementing income. Here you can see the impact of government programs like child care subsidies, food stamps, energy assistance, Medicaid, children's health insurance, and tax credits. Refundable tax credits, particularly the Earned Income Tax Credit, are a major way families recover money taken out for taxes during the year. This chart shows how the Earned Income Tax Credit scales up as annual income increases and scales back down after annual income reaches a certain point. Check out the solid gold mountain. The Earned Income Tax Credit benefit for a single caretaker with 3 or more children can reach $5,751 in the annual income range between $12,000 and $17,000. That's the equivalent of around 30% of the family's annual income. The U.S. Census recently started using a new measure of poverty that takes into account taxes, tax credits, and public benefits when calculating income. It found that 2% of Americans in 2010 would have been living below the poverty line were it not for the Earned Income Tax Credit alone. Campaign volunteers like you help facilitate access to these credits and other financial services. Even better, the campaign offers customers a viable alternative to expensive commercial tax preparation. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to increase financial stability for Philadelphians by helping them get more money, use their money more wisely, and save more money. As a member of the team, you'll be part of the campaign's overall strategy, which includes tax preparation and other asset-building services at campaign tax sites. Additionally, the campaign strategy also includes Financial Aid University to help more young people apply for federal student aid, and our new partnership with Solutions for Progress to bring the benefit bank to more communities across the state. Volunteers like you are the power behind the campaign. You bring the heart and dedication that makes this mission possible. The campaign's entering its 10th tax season, and as you can see here, we've had some pretty positive results. In particular, at the bottom you see that campaign volunteers have brought back $168.7 million to working families and the local Philadelphia economy. In fact, we had pretty good results for the 2010-2011 tax season on both the tax preparation side and the resource building side, including a whopping 12,210 tax returns. And we're proud to say that 684 customers purchased savings bonds. Campaign tax sites come in all different shapes and sizes. As you sign up for orientation and volunteer shifts, you'll see options at super sites in the Northeast and Center City, resource builder sites, and community sites throughout Philadelphia. The tax site is really a financial center that offers free tax preparation, access to work supports and public benefits, and access to money-saving options like savings bonds and prepaid debit cards. Everyone plays a part in encouraging asset building. Our goal is to help customers save, which means everyone is asking the question, what are you planning to do with your return? One way that all volunteers participate in asset building is to promote savings bonds. Whether it's to put money away for retirement or their children's or grandchildren's education, many TaxSite customers will save if the option is suggested and thoroughly explained. Studies have found that 2/3 of customers keep their savings bonds after 3 years. The timing is right for TaxSite volunteers like you to suggest saving, since the biggest barrier to saving is having money to do so in the first place, and TaxSite volunteers are seen as trusted advisors. Plus, we're happy to report that the rate of return on savings bonds is much higher than last year, coming in at 3.06%. Moreover, you can use IRS forms to purchase bonds for customers, and TaxSites are now the only place where Americans can purchase paper savings bonds. The U.S. Treasury has plans to eliminate paper savings bonds entirely, but community tax organizations across the country think paper bonds are an important tool to promoting savings and are pushing back. Stay tuned this tax season for ways that you might help keep savings bonds accessible to everyone. Savings bonds are a good investment. The government backs savings bonds and can replace them if they are lost or stolen, and the return is comparable to savings accounts. Also, there is no purchasing fee, and they can be redeemed at most banks or credit unions. Plus, they encourage longer-term savings, since they cannot be redeemed before 1 year. As an incentive for you to promote savings bonds at the TaxSite, we will have a competition at every TaxSite this year. All volunteers will get a raffle ticket for every savings bond they successfully promote. And 3 times during the tax season, we will raffle off movie tickets at each site. Last year, 5% of customers bought savings bonds, which exceeded the national average for community tax sites. This year, with your commitment and desire for free movie tickets, we can reach 6%. In addition to savings bonds, the campaign is striving to reach a number of ambitious goals. We're aiming for 13,500 returns this year, and we're looking to connect families with 600 savings bonds, 500 prepaid debit cards, 300 public benefit applications, and at least 1,500 credit reports. Now that's what I'm talking about. So listen up, team. This is your pre-training warm-up. Get pumped, work out those muscles. The next steps are as follows. After you complete your resource builder or tax preparation training, be sure you've signed up for site orientation. And we're asking that everyone start by signing up for at least 6 volunteer shifts this tax season, remembering that February is our busiest month. It's going to be a great season, and when it's over, you're all invited to come out and celebrate on April 25th, 2012. Lastly, just a few extra notes this year. All volunteers will be asked to complete a short ethics training and test. Don't worry, it's not hard. Second, we're encouraging volunteers, particularly those at the Center City and Northeast sites, to cross-train in both tax preparation and resource building. Please consider signing up for resource builder training or a building financial security training so you can support both functions at the site. And finally, volunteers are being required to present ID to the campaign, so be sure to bring a photo ID of any kind to your upcoming trainings and to the tax site. Ultimately, the campaign is stronger and the families it serves will benefit because you're a part of the team, so thank you for joining us. I can't wait to see you at the tax site. And normally I would ask if there were any questions, but since this is online, definitely send me an email or give me a call if you have any questions. Thanks again, and we'll see you at the tax site.